Welcome to this short video on an overview of the PRINCE2 standards in project management. First, we set the context for PRINCE2 as a structured way to manage complex projects. This overview highlights the 7 integrated elements and the idea that the framework is designed to improve delivery, discipline, and success rates. The updated 7th edition also emphasizes people, sustainability, and practical governance, alongside the core method. The foundation of PRINCE2 starts with 7 principles that keep the method coherent from end to end. This slide makes the key point that these ideas are not optional extras, but the backbone of the framework. And the warning about the Pinot trap reminds us that templates alone are not enough without principle-driven behavior. Here we move into the first 3 principles: continuing business justification, learning from experience, and defining roles clearly. The visual reinforces that successful projects need a valid reason to exist, a habit of capturing lessons, and clear responsibilities so teams can collaborate without confusion. This slide explains how PRINCE2 controls projects through stages and exceptions. The step diagram shows work being broken into manageable chunks, while the gauge on the right illustrates tolerance-based management, where escalation only happens when limits are exceeded instead of micromanaging every detail. The last 2 principles focus on product delivery and tailoring the method to fit the situation. The target image and the gear with measuring tape show the shift toward outcome-based thinking and adaptable governance, while the success rate callout suggests that a hybrid approach can work well when PRINCE2 is adjusted intelligently. Now we step into the lifecycle view of the PRINCE2 process model. The timeline shows how a project moves from pre-project setup through initiation, delivery, and closure, with each phase serving a distinct purpose. The point is that process timing matters just as much as process content. This slide covers the first 2 processes: starting up a project and initiating it. The funnel and planning imagery show the early filter and the detailed setup work that follows, where teams decide whether the idea is viable and then define the business case, management approach, and delivery plan. Here the focus shifts to executive direction and stage control. The top of the pyramid represents the project board making strategic decisions, while the lower section represents the project manager handling day-to-day control, progress tracking, and issue management within agreed tolerances. This slide covers delivery and boundary management, and the conveyor belt visual captures the handoff between doing the work and reviewing the stage. One process is about producing products through work packages, and the other is about checking performance, updating the plan, and preparing the next approval point. Finally, the closure slide brings the life cycle to a disciplined finish. It shows that closing a project is more than stopping work, because it also includes handover, evaluation, lessons learned, and benefits tracking. The emphasis on post-project value makes clear that success continues after delivery when the expected return is actually realized.